Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Back at Blueprint again. And today we are tuning this car. This is bone stock. This is Jan's car. He's blown a turbo, and we purchased a brand new one from the dealer. This has 1200cc injectors, a ETS upper intercooler, and 3.5 intercooler itself. ETS intake, fuel pump. That's basically it. It's bone stock with a stock turbo, and we are going to do dual maps E85 and 93. But before we get to that, let me show you what's going on with the car. Well, the shop. Alex's car almost done. Motor, everything's coming together. We're working on the fuel system. On this, we're gonna put in the trunk a dual Bosch 444 pumps with a Radium Engineering surge tank. We're gonna wire that up real nice. This is gonna run 4 pumps. What else we got? Colin's car, he's almost done with the wiring. I think it's gonna require a retune because we put sequential IGN1 coils. Adrian's car, motor's coming in very soon and we're gonna install it. Ethan's car, it's a long way. We're gonna use Zona rotor turbos on this car, and I think one other car that's coming up. Also, we got this, what is this, a trailblazer. Customer came in, the exhaust was kind of hacked up, so we're gonna change that. But while he was at it, he's like, throw in a turbocharger. So this is a LS2 07 Trailblazer SS, and we're going to put a single turbo, 88mm turbo, bone stock, upgraded fuel, fuel pump, exhaust, and we're gonna tune it. See what's going on. That's basically it. I also wanted to show you guys the Zona turbos that we got. I really like them. I'm gonna show you right now. I have something really nice. A lot of people has been curious about this. I know I was. We have 2 Zona turbos. Okay? They look to me identical. Physically, like visually, they look the same to me, probably because of the same compressor housing. But this one is a 9569 and this one is a 10569. You would literally have to look, and they're the same size, which is very small, by the way, on the back of the housing to know that it is what it is. So first of all, this is very light. The turbo is lighter than it looks. It's almost, maybe it's like 10-15 pounds. Usually turbo with this much power potential is very heavy, like the Garrett's or the Precisions. But it has a billet center cartridge, which is awesome. This particular one, as you can see, is the 94HT, which basically tells me this is the renovated or the new Super 94. If the old school guys remember what that is. This is okay, let me get a better light to it. Let me see if I can show you. No. Okay. But it basically says a 94mm blade. I'm sorry, the turbine housing. Now this one is the 10569. I think this is the Super 99, just much more newer technology. Again, billet center cartridge, which is really sick looking, very lightweight. And you see right there it says 99HT. This is a 99mm, I guess, turbine housing or the blade housing, and this looks gorgeous. I'm really happy that we're gonna start using these turbos going forward. This does use stainless steel tile V-band housing. This one is the 3053 housing. The other one, I think, yeah, is the 2853. So again, space-wise, very, very small turbo compared to the similar what you would get from other makers. Very, very small package. It spools like crazy. The 95 supposedly is able to do between 900 and 1,000, although I think this can do over 1,000, and this definitely does over 1,000. And I know I've driven and tuned the 95s, and they spool in my book like a 64, 66, but it's much, much, much potent, I think. So if you guys are interested in this, hit us up on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. We'll hook you up. We are official Zona rotor dealer. And yeah, we'll talk about your build. We'll talk about what you see. Maybe these are the good turbos for you. Maybe these aren't the right turbos for you. But we'll get there. All right, just hit us up. So once we're done with this car, we're gonna tune Jeff's car. These two have the same modifications, except this one has an unknown turbo. Unknown meaning someone told me what turbo it is, but I forgot. So we're gonna see how much a turbo really make a difference. Stock everything, all the same mods, same injector, same everything. Okay, we're gonna see that. Alright, so that's like 25, 26 pounds, but he has an open dump that's rattling. It's very loud, which is kind of inhibiting his potential power because it's setting off the knock. A 93, I feel like you know, it's very sensitive depending on what state you're in. New York City, almost impossible to tune on 93 at a certain boost level without causing knock. And I know it's because of the fuel quality, because if you go to another gas station, nothing. The car's fine. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna make any more power on this fuel, so we're going to change it. I don't want to really push it. I could. He should be making at least 20 more horses, but his exhaust, his open dump is, I don't know if you could hear it or not, it's just really rattling and causing a lot of chaos under the hood. So let's switch engine, see if we can lower that knock a little bit. So sometimes, I think I mentioned in another video, sometimes when your enrichment is too high or when it's too rich, you'll get knock. But then again, it's too lean, you'll get knock. So you got to find the right balance of where the car likes it. But it's still absurdly rich right now. I can't tell what ethanol content he has because he doesn't have a gauge. So do your tuner a favor, always get an ethanol gauge, even if you're not doing flexfuel, if you're doing E85 tunes. So not every car obviously is the same. On this I am struggling to just break 360. And some other cars they make like 380, 390 easily. Could be any matter of reasons why that happens. But I think in this particular case, it's the E85. I don't think I have 85%. I think I'm like at 50 to 60% right now. It feels like it. The scaling tells me that I'm at 50 to 60%. But also, his exhaust is just really in the way, I think. right? And that difference is most likely from it struggling because, you know, at certain RPM on stocky turbo, because of the gearing, it struggles to hold boost because it has to keep the turbo spooling for a longer period of time to make that boost up. This is part of the reason why I don't do it in fourth gear. Some cars I do. Some Evos, even on 5-speed, I do. If the turbo is big enough, I do. But it's different on the dyno than on the street, and this is one of the main reasons why I don't do it on you know, certain cars. You know, third gear, fourth gear, on Evos, it really makes almost no difference. I'll show you all the cars that it makes no difference whatsoever. Maybe like 1 or 2 horsepower, but you are straining the car and the drivetrain, everything on fourth gear. If you're doing it on the street, it's something different than on the dyno. I hope that answers the why I do it on the fourth and third. Is it no, it's you know, car based. This pedal is like all the way up, at least an inch and a half away from the brake pedal. Makes for very uncomfortable driving. Other than that, I like the car. It's smooth, drivetrain is good. Looks like Jan is from Cuba, huh? You hear that? Like when the wastegate opens, it's just very loud, and it's, I don't know. I like the AMS wide mouth or any wide mouth. The dumps are okay, but you got to get the right one, you know. Something where the dump tube is welded onto the main pipe for stability, so it doesn't vibrate or anything like that when you're hitting wide open throttle. It's a low ethanol content that's in here. One, wintertime, right? Two, it's impossible to get, you know, the E93 out, especially on the dyno. So, you know, even when I put X98, I usually have some left over, like a, you know, gallon or so. That's enough to offset the percentage. So this is why I use the X98 on the dyno, to get that ethanol content up. So now I'm thinking he's at 50-60% ethanol content. The scaling says so. When he goes through a couple of tanks, and in the summertime, when that percentage increase, he's gonna run a little lean. The car's gonna act a little funny. And he's gonna be complaining, hey, blah, 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 blah. So I'm gonna have to explain that to him. So those of you who are thinking about doing dual maps, if you have the Evo 10, please get a flex fuel. Spend the extra money, get the flex fuel. Next one we're gonna do is Jeff's car. part is just negative timing on certain areas of your timing, high acting timing map. I don't recommend it, especially on the Evo 10s, but whatever the customer wants, right? And if I forget, thank you guys for watching. I've been saying it, but I got a special project car to go against all these Evos or whoever wants it. And this time I'm going to go all out. And it's an internal thing. Like, I want to see how fast these cars really are. How much displacement makes a difference. So keep you guys posted on that. Stay tuned.